Ooh, hello everybody. Give me just a sec. Okay, there you are. Y'all are gonna see the ceiling. I got to flip y'all around here. I just got home from work. It's been one of those days that I haven't had time to, I had not prepared for this. I just knew what I was going to be cooking. Let me get that out of the way. I'll scan that for the receipts. Hope y'all are doing well. I was thinking about frying some pork chops, and I'm going to make some pork chops and rice. And I'll tell you why I come up with that idea. Now, where did it go? Okay. I didn't eat my sandwich that Mom made me on the way home yesterday, but she added it with one piece of pork roast with a piece of light bread. I didn't use that, so I took out 2 packs of pork chops, a pack to fry and a pack to cook. And I'm still, after all day, I got that all over the floor. After all day, those pork chops are still frozen, so we don't want to throw that in our grease, right? So we're going to work on it and get to going here. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to start boiling my meat so I can get some flavor. And this didn't have a whole, this had some good flavor on it. You see there? On the outside it had really, really good flavor. But I need to get me just a little bit to make my rice kick it up a little bit. This is old blade pork chop, but it'll do. Just gonna put that in just like that. I might cut it up after a while. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna get this to boiling so I can get me a good juice going on here. And what's left over we'll have for lunch tomorrow. I can already see that grease. Some stick to your ribs kind of food. There we go. We got that going. How's your day been? It is cold here in East Tennessee. I was trying to look older. Sherry, that was the goal. All right, so I'm not going to keep that piece of bread. It's been cold, I can tell you that. We had some ice out in Sevier County, and that's what I was working on today. I might have to pull y'all a little bit closer so I can read you. Can't read. Y'all have to bear with me here. So, there we go. Hi from really cold central Mississippi. Leaving New Era Road last week during the flooding. Okay, I'm glad you didn't have any issues at all. Love the sweater. I feel like I was trying to be a little stylish today. I think this is one of my Temu purchases. I paid like $1 for it. I thought it was pretty good. I know some people don't like it, but that's okay. Cold in Maryland, I'm sure. Cold in Bluefield, Virginia. I just got home from work, so I haven't even had time to change yet. So I'm going to get my stuff started. The other thing that I'm going to have is butter beans. Now, we've had this discussion before, but there's some new folks that have joined us. We call butter beans this purple bean. After it grows, it's almost white, and it has a little bit of purple tint around the bend. Some of you call them lima beans. Some have called them, but some interchange lima beans and butter beans, but I don't do that. This is a butter bean. This is a purple whole butter bean that grew in the summer, has been salvaged, and salvaged. Is that a good way to put it? We salvaged it. But this is what it looks like. They're still a little frozen too. It must be cold in my house because I took these out early this morning. There's what they look like. And you see, this come from Mom's. She put these up on 720. And we just kind of blanch them and freeze them. I know you can do all kinds of different things. There's different ways to do it. But that's how we do it with ours. And so you can put you a hunk of meat in here, a piece of fat back. I've got bacon grease back there in the bacon container, so we'll put some bacon jam on it. There's that salt shaker I was looking for. I haven't made bacon in a long time. So we're getting a little low down there in the bacon department. Let me just go ahead and use the spoon I'm going to use. I don't want to use a metal spoon in that. I need one with a notch. There we go. Because that damages your pot, you know that? Some people don't know why their pots get all scratched up on the inside, and then I think that'll be good. I know, I've got to lay off some of that stuff, but it sure is good. Especially if I keep joking around and I want to make it to 80. I always tell somebody, I want to go to 80, and after that, I'll be done. All right, we'll let that melt away. I don't like the way that looks. Something's happened to the dishwasher, and it leaves this film on it. We're going to have to clean it somehow. All right, I've done that before. Just stick you some vinegar in there. Now, I swear to you that I put a bowl with vinegar in the dishwasher one time and washed it and did the full cleaning as it tells, but I think it disintegrated that bowl. I don't think that bowl was not in there when I went back to that dishwasher. And I know that I put it in there. I know I put it in there. Someone's asking about Dad. All right, so Dad is doing okay. His blood pressure's been a little low. So that's been our problem and our issue is low blood pressure. So they're looking at all the things to get his blood pressure back up. Otherwise, he's just slow moving. I've never kept bacon grease in the fridge. I always leave it on the counter. All right, so I got my skillet out. And some of y'all say you can't use this on a flat top, but I've done it the whole time. We didn't pay any attention. What I do not like about this skillet is it takes a lot of oil because it's so wide. But this is the only way I can get more pieces in. At one time, I'm not going to turn this on just yet. This will be my last little part of the project for tonight. So, hello Norma, I hope you're doing well. My oysters, oh, I love them. They were so good. All right, let me tell you the truth. I like them where it just pops open and they're juicy on the inside. And I don't know what the deal was. They were good. They had good, some of them had great flavor. Some of them were really juicy. And then you would just get into one that seemingly had no flavor at all. It had no salt. So I don't know what the deal was. Maybe they just weren't ready to be harvested. I don't know. But we had the oysters, had them at lunch. I was full when I left there. And then I said, Mom, I could have ate the whole roast, and I only got a half a roast. Oh, some people put everything in the refrigerator, and some things just don't have to go in the refrigerator. But if you want it in there, all I know to tell you is put it in there. That's what we do, right? No point in changing up what we do if that's where you want your stuff. So, I got to get that to boiling. My hair looks great. Thank you, Patricia. Where's my apron? I could go get me an apron if y'all want me to. Now, it's not going to take you long to know where this one come from. You're going to know exactly where this one come from. I'm not a big apron person. This is still got that little thing in it. But that's okay. Got us an apron. I don't know what that's for. Maybe I need to call Paula and ask her. What is that for? Maybe y'all can tell me. What we're going to hook on us there. And we got one little place to put something else. Y'all like it? We just got it going on. Spiffy in my hair and beautiful sweater. I sure do thank you very much, Jane. The schools are out tomorrow in Sevier County. Knox County is going to be 2 hours late. We still have a little bit of ice. I was up in Jones Cove, and there's some places back there in them hollers. They need some daylight. They need some heat to help them out. I'm just going to turn that up. We got to get this one going here. We'll be here all night if we continue, and I don't want to be here all night. I've got to find me a new TV series to watch. I just told Mr. Zach that. I said, we got to find us something to watch. We went through our 2 things. He picked them, so they were pretty good. I said, you pick us something else. Put a hand towel to wipe your hands on. I don't really have a towel. Let's see. Those are little rags. I don't have a big towel. But we're good. I've never been an apron person. I know some people want to wear an apron. I've just never been an apron person. I figure I'm going to wash the clothes anyway, so if something gets on it, I'll just wash it. And if it gets messed up, I'll just throw it away. Not worried about it. Had me a cup of coffee earlier today. Do y'all keep your receipts? I scan on the Fetch app. If you'll message me, I'll give you a little code where you get some extra bonus points. For Fetch. Scan everything. Doesn't matter what it is. Scan every receipt you get. I scanned the ATM receipt at the bank. I said, well, that's 25 points, and that's going to get me to my goal. Most of my Christmas last year come from, I save all the points all year. And I do the same with that gas app. If you use Upside. I don't go out of my way to use Upside. If it's on my way, then that's what I do. So I save all the points. I save the money that accumulates in Upside, and that's what I bought my Christmas with in December. So I just save it all year. Had like $250, almost $300 worth of gift cards to Amazon, and that's where my stuff comes from. Watch Doc, a new series that comes on Tuesday night at 9. I don't have TV where I can do that. So that's just what we got. And I know that's bad because TV industry is how I make my real living. And I don't have a way to even watch my channel. But I don't really miss it. I know that's bad. I can watch the news on the app, but I can't watch like the other programs. They need to come up with a way that I can watch all the programs. And I don't have to pay $300 a month. What am I cooking tonight? So I need a series that I can put on Netflix and just let 4 or 5 episodes play through the night. And then we go to bed. If we're home, wake up the next morning, watch again. It's just kind of one of our best friend things that we do when we're just sitting here. The Golden Girls have been playing for a hot minute here. Me and the girl roommate, we watched the Golden Girls. And we kind of go, oh, well, how would I have responded to that one? Dorothy's got somehow in a bed with Stan now. I know they had a time. All right. Doing your laundry and cooking on this cold Thursday. I'm not doing my laundry. Zach's doing his laundry, so maybe I could talk him into doing my laundry while I cook dinner. That would be a good little swap. Heartland on Hulu. We will have to check that one out. You should also do Receipt Hog. That's pretty good. Pork chops and rice is one of my favorite meals. So I'm going to make pork rice, butter beans, and I'm going to fry some pork chops. So I can start saving these things and y'all can replay this. I don't know how to do that. What's the best app to use for scanning your receipts? I use Fetch, and it has done me well. And I've not been scammed over it. I just cash out for Amazon gift cards. I put it to my Amazon account, whatever I want. That's just what I do. So that's the one I use. If you'll message me, I'll give you my code. We both get points then. I could start a racket here. Everybody gets my points, and I get to use their points. I know they had a time. Thank you for loving my sweater, Kim. So, y'all let me do that. I smell that meat, though. Let me tell y'all something about it. We'll let that boil for a minute, and then I'm going to cut it up and throw my rice in, and then I'll know that I can start on my fried pork chops. I was going to tell y'all something. Oh, this shirt that I've got on under here, I'm going to make a post with it later. Do not buy it from Amazon. I bought this on Amazon. I thought, well, it'd be nice for football in the fall or whatever. Well, I've washed it 3 times, and I'm down to 1 button left. And I wore it today because I thought it would be nice and warm when I'm running around. And I was warm. And the sweater could hold it together. But underneath it, there's only 1 button left holding that shirt together. So don't buy that shirt. Unless you just want one that swings open. I mean, I guess you could do that. That's okay. How do I message you? You should be able to go in and hit me a direct message. It should say message on my main page. Thank you for loving the color of my hair. It's kind of toned down a little bit. It's not as orange. I've been using that purple shampoo to wash my hands, and we're going to get started here with the good stuff. The good stuff. All right, I know that little pot can use 2 cups of rice. I'll use this one. I've already got it here. I will use, let me check on these butter beans. They were just blanched, so they're going to have to boil for a hot minute. But they're doing one pretty good. I did slip by the store and get me some good bacon fat, some fat back. I got all the good stuff. I could put me a piece of fat back in that rice and it would be good. That would be real good. All right. That pork chop will get nice and good. Why she puts it in there upside down where it pulls everything out. All right. Let that boil a little bit more. We want to get some of that fat going. Hey, Connie, did you just go on a cruise? No, he just thinks I'm crazy, Sharon. I'm just out here talking to myself. He's come out a couple of times. Let's see. I love your count. Oh, I get that question all the time. So theoretically, I can cut on them. But I will tell you, they get little scratches. There's one right there. I don't know where it came from. And there's another one. And that one, forget what we laid on here. We laid something on here and it just kind of made that scratch. So theoretically, you can cut on them, but we're trying not to because we don't want the scratches to be there. So that's why I don't do it. They said you could, but I'm trying to keep them as pretty as long as possible. That's just a piece of the wood there, how the knots have done. But this is it's like a spaghetti stain that's gotten on here. Can't get that one off. And there's a pink one over here on the back one. So it is what it is. Hang on 1 second, I've got to go get a Ziploc bag. Well, look at that. I don't have any Ziplocs. I'm going to have to do it a different way here, but that's okay. Try toothpaste on your counter. Really? Any kind of toothpaste? Just regular old Crest or tartar control or what? I mean, I guess if it cleans your teeth, it ought to clean something else. I guess I'll use this. I could use this one. I don't know why that's not working. I have to have my stuff go to the same spot every time. This can go in there too. All the serving platters can be together. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of flour in this bowl. So there we go. All right. I'll cut this up. Now, I'll tell you, my mother, growing up, she would have left that bone in there. My daddy wanted the bone. I did not. The steak knives were over here on this thing instead of over there where to go. Sharpen this. All right. Cut right through that. That tender one is tender. This piece will have a little bit more in it because of the gristle and the bone. But anyway, my daddy loved the bone. He wanted the bone. She'd make chicken and rice. Leave the bone in it, he said. Now me, I didn't want to have to pick through the old bone. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt anything. And you know, this could have just been our meal here. Cooking the rice with the pork chops, and that'll make a good rice. However,
Mom and I fried us a pork chop the other night and had us a salad. And you know what? That pork chop was so good. You'd have thought we never had one. So I've been craving the pork chop, and that's why we're having the pork chop again. If only she were here with us to enjoy it. I'll tell you about my drive. I had to throw my meteorology skills, and I got down and I said I'm either leaving at 5 o'clock Tuesday afternoon, or I'm going to get up the next morning and go. So I looked over everything, and I determined that if I got up, that's old bone, I don't want that in there. If I got up around 6 o'clock and got myself together, that I would bypass the majority of the bad weather. And so instead of leaving Tuesday night at 5 o'clock and driving all night and evening, I just spent the night. Went to bed early, spent the night, and I got to spend a little bit more time with Mom today. Now, I don't know if this is bad or not, but Dad was sleeping when I left, and he didn't even wake up when I was moving around the house. He slept in the recliner. And I said, Mom, I'm just not going to wake him up. I know y'all were up all night. I could hear them all night because he was scraping that walker when he'd go across the floor. And I said, I know y'all didn't sleep all night. I'm going to let him sleep. He needs to sleep. So, I don't know if I shouldn't have done that or if I should have done that. All I know is I felt like that was the best thing to do at the time. Tell him bye for that time, but I did tell him bye and I love you the night before. So that's how that went. All right, let me get this warming. I like to cook mine on about 6 on this stove, and I know your stove could be different. And I'm going to have to put, that's about a cup of water. Let's put it up with a cup of water in it. I don't know where the measuring cup went. I do not know where the measuring cup went, so I'll have to use this. I think it needs about another cup of water. That didn't look right either. I'm going to cook 2 cups of rice. So if I have to, I can just keep adding a little bit to it. There we go. So I'm going to let that pull back to a boil. I'll use this one for the rest of it. This one kind of cracked on the bottom, but it's still good to use for rice, measuring route rice. This is Dixie Lily yellow rice. And so that'll give us a little bit of flavor. And I don't know why they don't give you a full cup when they sell this mess. All right, why wouldn't you make it a full cup? Most people cook rice in a cup. So there we go. That about took that whole bag of rice. Put that up. Y'all know I like beans, but I'm trying to eat up some things. I'll let that come back to a boil. Now, throw that away. pulling on that bone right there. I'm getting a little hungry. I love bones. And that gristle. It's so good. I'm so crazy. That was a good little snack because I was getting hungry. Okay, so here we go. I'm starting to get a little boil on it. Chuck that in. I'm going to get it stirred around real good so that we get some meat mixed in with all the different rice. It's going to boil. Do that for just a minute. All right, so here's what's next. So, I've got 2 center cut pork chops and 2 shoulder pork chops. It'll be fine. Pork chop is pork chop. And so, I'm just gonna put a little salt and pepper. If I had me a Ziploc bag, I would have Ziplocked bag and shook it around, you know? But we didn't do that because I don't have one. So we're just gonna do it the best way we got here. We're just gonna throw a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And it does not matter to me, you know, if it's a shoulder or a center cut pork chop. It's all good to me. So I'm just going to flour it on one side, flour it on the other. Now these, I told you they were froze now. I had to put them in hot water to get it to thaw out there. So there we go. That one's okay. When that gets hot enough, when that gets hot enough, we'll toss this in there. I'll probably get 3 at the time, but I'm gonna try to get 4. Them were so pretty. Those of you in South Carolina, those pork chops come from the Hills. Hills and Loris, for those of you who know where that is. Ooh, they tasted so good. There's them. There's that. That one got a little bit of pepper on it. Ooh. So what I've done is use the leftovers in my rice. And that leftover pork roast that Mom sent me home with. And I've opened up pork chops. And I'm hoping, they were so good the other day, I ate what Mom made me for lunch the next day. So I'm hopeful that there's enough left for me to have lunch tomorrow. We'll see. If not, find me something else. Wash my hands. Only thing about cooking, you can make a mess. Last night was so simple, I just had a pizza. I was not interested in doing much more. And that's okay too. You know? I don't know if I put any pepper in my rice over here. And I need a little bit of salt in my butter beans. Now that rice, that flavoring in it, means you probably don't need much more. And I'm going to start cooking with less salt to see if I can stand it. I don't have any brown paper bags either. I'm just at a loss. Roll my pork chops and Ritz crackers. That sounds really good. And I kind of do something like that when I'm cooking in the air fryer with the pork chops. I believe we're almost getting there, and I'll have to bring y'all on over. I'm going to have to cut that down, or y'all won't be able to hear me. When I bring y'all on over here. More food for the cookbook. Mom actually gave me a paper. It said they make church cookbooks, but maybe they'll make mine. Maybe I can just give anything we make off of it to the church. That sounds like a good plan too. That little church is drying up. They need all the money they can get. All right. Y'all want to come over here with me? Use panko. You love my hair combed that way. I didn't do anything to it. I was wearing a beanie all day. So it just kind of went flat like that. But if I didn't, it just kind of does its own thing. You know what I'm saying? I do not have a cookbook. I'm going to try to make one though. It's what we're going to try to do. Can't guarantee. We're just going to see what happens. Let me see how I want to do this here. I want to be able to read your comments. There we go. There's what the rest of it looks like. I've never showed y'all that before. This is getting to where I want it. I'll just take you down. How's that? Can y'all see? Y'all don't need to see me. Just watch the stuff there. Just watch the stuff. Now, I hate that I planted on frying nothing else. And that was really good there. Because I should be able to get another use out of this grease, but it's just not going to happen. So there we go. There's one. Two. Y'all think I can get that third in there? I had a woman one time in comment and said a woman could get that other pork chop in there, or whatever I was cooking that day. We'll just let it be. I'm in no hurry. I am not in a hurry today, loves. All right, that rice is cooking up. That looks good. There's my butter beans. It's going to need a little bit of more black pepper, I can tell you, on the butter beans. Well, that thing there's in the way, ain't it? Well, that's how it goes. I want me to swig of my water. Oh, I still have some. So, here we go. Dinner's coming along. All we miss is a biscuit. You cannot have a tour of the house today. Twist you back up so you're not looking at that. The laundry room is the worst. The bedrooms we keep pretty good, but the laundry room, if we don't know what to do with something, it goes back there. Cannot have a tour today. Now, my house has a strange layout, and I think I know what it was. When they were redesigning the house, they wanted to market it as a 3-bedroom house. So the sunroom became a bedroom. They put in they closed in the things, put in the a closet, because you have to have a closet to call it a bedroom, and then put a bathroom between that and the other bedroom. So it's like a Jack and Jill bathroom. But that bedroom has a back door to it. So that's where, before Chelsea moved in, we came in and out of that door instead of the front door. Do I fry chicken livers? I sure have. I had chicken livers for lunch, actually. I had them. I went to the Golden Corral. I love Golden Corral in Pigeon Forge. That's a great place. You can get all kinds of stuff, soups and salads, and I get all that I want there. I had a piece of fried chicken, some chicken livers, a baked fish, a plate of vegetables, some soup. That's what I had today. It was good. So anyway, that's that. That connects to the bedroom. That bedroom in that corner connects to the laundry room. The laundry room then comes back out to here. And on the other side of this kitchen is a bathroom, and then my bedroom's at the very front of the house. Let's see if I want to flip this around. There we go. That looks good. I guess I could have pulled out the deep fryer, but I didn't. I know, it was a habit. I need to put me a net on so it don't fall in, but I'm looking. Thank you very much. I think you know where I got it. Put some South in your mouth, honey. That rice is about cooked up real pretty. This is going to be a good dinner. We're going to have a really good dinner tonight. That beautiful bear picture, it actually came from McAllister's in Pigeon Forge. They were redecorating and we went and got some bear. There's a bear picture and a bear of Mount LeConte. A picture of Mount LeConte, not a bear of Mount LeConte. But that's what we got. We didn't really have the money to do a lot of decorating when we got here. So we just did do. And said we'll change it later. And everyone likes it. I think I would take out that green and yellow McAllister's old school picture, but that's okay. I would trim it down and put a different frame around it. Is what I would do, but it's just going to stay like it is for now. No point in messing with it. Golden Corral is responsible. I love a pork chop sandwich too. Y'all ever been to Mount Airy and had the pork chop sandwich? That thing was good. I had never really thought about a pork chop sandwich. And one time, I stopped by my Aunt Hattie's house. And she said, "You want a pork chop sandwich?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't think I've ever had that." And she had the boneless pork chop. So she fried that up and made that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I was a fan after that of pork chop sandwiches. Rebecca, my dad is doing okay. His blood pressure's been a little low. I'm going to have to call Mom and check on him here in a minute. and his blood pressure's been low. We got to get that up. Other than that, he moves slow. That's to be expected with knee replacement surgery, I guess. Now that black part of that, that's just that blood that was coming out of that. Nothing we can do about that part either. I love cooking great food. Pottery House has the best chicken livers. Connie, you're going to have mine one day. But the Pottery House does have some good food. Turn that up just a smidgen. Feels like it's not getting crispy enough, but I don't want it burnt. My husband hates pork chops. Chelsea told me, the girl roommate, she said she's not a fan of pork chops either. I love them to death. I can eat this every day. I can fry them. I can bake them in the oven. I can pan fry it with no grease, just grill it. Barbecue sauce, no barbecue sauce. Oh, them things can be good. And I do buy the boneless ones. I think the boneless ones, even though I don't have a problem with a bone, but I find that the boneless ones work better in your air fryer. And shoulder blade pieces, I want to cook that fat down just a little bit on them. You say that, and you know I don't eat a lot. For those of you who know me, know that I don't eat a lot of beef because I kind of linked it to some of my autoimmune problems. And you can do some research if you want to on that. So when I go up to a steakhouse, if I can't verify that it was grass-fed beef, I get the pork chop. And last time we went to Texas Roadhouse and I had that pork chop, and I ordered the one, and you can't order the two. And I said I should have ordered the two. Why did I not order both? I didn't think I was going to want it, but I wanted it. I've done that too. I've pan-fried pork chops with some grits and maters. You must be from South Carolina, because some of these Tennessee people, they don't know anything about grits and maters. I think that tried to get a little browner on both of these. So yeah, grits and maters. You wait till you have something. If you like grits and you like tomatoes, we're going to make that one day. This summer, I'm going to go to Granger County and I'm going to put up some tomatoes and I'm going to show you how to do it. It doesn't bother me when they come out of the can, but it's not quite as good. You know what I'm saying? The fresh tomatoes out the garden make it zing. All right, there's that pork chop. Let's see what we got here with this one. That looks really good. I feel like that's a little thick. It might need to cook a little longer. All right. So there's the other one going in. I got one more. Put that one over there. And I'll get my last one in the pan. And these might get done right before 8 o'clock. So I can get to the you-know-what. Look at this. Look at this. I don't have any 57 sauce, but I would try it if I had it. I like 57 sauce. Look at this. Doesn't that look good? This is what you call a country meal right here. Frying them pork chops. Now, growing up, I didn't like fried pork chops. I don't know why. You can smell it all the way to North Carolina. Can Ben cook? Ben Cathy? He makes some interesting stuff. I've never eaten his food, so I could not tell you. I don't know. I can't cook for that many people. I'd go broke. Gil. Everybody had to bring their own pork chop, and we'll grill it together and tell stories. That's all I know to do about that. But we got it going on. Tomorrow night I want to make chili, and I'm going to tape it instead of doing it live for y'all. That way I can save it. I might do my white chicken chili. How do y'all feel about that? Or you want to make a regular chili, but I make mine with turkey. I got ground turkey up there that I can use, and get it out my freezer is what I can do. Missouri's cold, and it's cold here in Tennessee, and I appreciate it, Gail, if you think I'm that cute. I appreciate it. I cannot miss Andy. It will take, though. It will take. We'll have to get off of here soon. I think I can make me a plate. We can go back and try it out while this last few pieces. Let me get my plate ready. I got so tongue-tied on TV the other day. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't say anything. Nothing worked. Nothing wanted to come out right. Get me a plate. We'll have a pork chop. All right. I believe I'll use that one. That smells good. Okay, I'm going to have just enough to get my butter beans in here. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it just to take the picture. Because I don't want that butter bean juice getting in my pork chop. I can do this. Let that drain like that. Okay, there we go. Good enough for a picture. We'll get our picture. I'll share with everybody. Behind the scenes, and I got 3 minutes. Look at all that steam coming up. Y'all know I can't eat that. There's my note. I got a new prescription. And we'll put just a little bit of salt. I don't need to put much. I got a new prescription for my Humira, and it's a different kind because my insurance said that they don't cover it no more. And now I've got to go to this website. It came back with $200 and some. The Humira came up for free, whatever they were doing. And they came up and said I was going to have to pay $200 and some. I said, I can't afford that. We're going to have to rethink something here. And she said, oh, you can qualify for a copay charge. I said, why won't I have it on? So you got to go to this website, fill out a form, and then I got to call her back to get my medicine. And I know what I'm going to put on them butter beans. So the way I describe a butter bean is it does turn out purpley like this. And it has a buttery taste. I know, we're going to miss Andy if I don't hurry up. But I'm going to put some of these mild pepperoncinis on it. I love these on beans and greens and all kinds of stuff. So let me get a couple out. And we'll try everything. My neck is itching. Let me try this rice. Oh. That almost has kind of like a Italian type zing. That was pretty good. That's going to be a piece of that. Pork roast. And now here's my fried pork chop. Here we go. This is about as good as what me and Mama made the other night. All right. Y'all go enjoy Andy or whatever you do for the night. Stay warm, please, if you can. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on the TD, and I'll make it something tomorrow night. And then I'll post it when I can. Bye, y'all.